SCP-808 is called the Mechanical Core. It looks pretty crazy. It's from the Vulcan. We're gonna react to it today, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the Vulcan. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos, and let's get into this one.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Dr. Miller.
My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be studying today is SCP-808.
It looks cool.
Object class, Euclid. Special Containment Procedures.
Ooh,
SCP-808 is currently unable to be moved from its original location.
Okay.
As such, armed Containment Site-27 has been built around the area in which it was found.
Armed Containment Site.
SCP-808 is contained within a 6 by 7 by 17 meter containment tank.
Okay.
The unit is constructed from 10 centimeter thick walls of polyvinyl chloride, PVC, covered by 25 centimeter thick acoustic foam. Furthermore, wooden sound dampeners are constructed 3 meters from the container to further insulate the object. These dampeners are susceptible to regular degradation and as such are to be replaced by Class D personnel. SCP-808's
not even
housing,
researchers
Area
do it.
808A, is currently set with explosive charges.
Wow.
The public cover story is that the property has been purchased by the military as a training area, allowing for complete destruction of the object if required.
Okay.
Barring maintenance, a 30-meter buffer zone is to be maintained around the object at all times.
This seems pretty crazy,
Once
man.
monthly, SCP-808's tank is to be opened and the main body is to be inspected for degradation. If sufficiently degraded, a diluted phosphoric acid spray is to be applied, then the object is to be power washed and coated with further rust-proofing agents.
So it has to stay clean.
Machinery originally found within the structure has been removed to a storage area 250 meters to the southwest. In the event that any unconnected machinery in the vicinity of SCP-808 begins to operate, all personnel are to evacuate to Evac Point Beta.
Okay.
As a precaution to repel invaders, automated motion-sensitive, flame-based defensive installations around the object will activate in the event of a site lockdown.
What in the world is this thing?
Description.
Yeah.
SCP-808 is a mechanical construct standing approximately 16 meters tall.
It's pretty tall.
With a base approximately 5 by 6 meters, 30 meters squared, in area.
Okay.
The object is roughly cylindrical in shape, the upper 3 meters tapering to a point. SCP-808 seems to be built primarily of steel and iron, with several smaller brass fittings. Randomly placed lengths of cable and chain are attached haphazardly to the lower areas, with the majority of the machine constructed of steel beams and gears in simple clockwork patterns. Components seem to have been taken from various industrial machinery, with no single source. The machinery forming SCP-808 runs constantly with a low grind, despite no apparent power source.
Is this kind of like some
the uppermost portion of SCP-808 is constructed in a somewhat humanoid form. This portion is covered in gray carpeting and a white wedding dress, giving it a soft, somewhat feminine appearance.
Actually,
the effigy possesses 4 limbs, the upper limbs appearing somewhat vestigial and the lower limbs apparently taken from a mannequin. The face seems to be a speaker system, possibly constructed of copper. While SCP-808 runs, a high-pitched whine is emitted from the humanoid construct. As SCP-808's structure degrades through rusting or is tampered with, for example, attempts to disassemble the object or through application of force. This noise's volume will increase dramatically.
So it screams.
This noise will automatically tune to frequencies capable of causing local metals to resonate. After growing loud enough, approximately 70 decibels, non-electronic components of machinery affected by this resonance will spontaneously activate. This anomalous activity will cease once rust has been removed from SCP-808. No psychological effects have appeared in those exposed to the sound. Direct damage to the humanoid construct has caused it to emit an approximately decibel scream, killing 2 and deafening personnel on site, as well as causing extensive property damage. No further attempts to deconstruct or destroy SCP-808 are to be taken except in extreme emergencies.
Extreme emergencies.
Recovery log. SCP-808 is located within an abandoned factory in France. An agent embedded as a local city worker heard rumors of a constant screech in the local countryside and called in a small investigation. Upon discovery of SCP-808 within its structure, the 4 present agents were assaulted by a group of civilians killed by agents in self-defense. Investigation of the structure has revealed a sect dedicated to the Church of the Broken God. Associated members of the sect were captured and taken into Foundation custody. Documents and paraphernalia retrieved from civilian residences revealed that SCP-808 had been under construction for approximately 7 months and remains unfinished after being acquired by the Foundation.
Alright.
Documentation reveals that SCP-808 was intended to be a musician of sorts, in preparation for the eventual return of the Broken God. Associated civilians have since been terminated under the guise of an attack by a mundane terrorist cell.
So this was made by the Church of the Broken God.
Has since
or the Broken God.
Addendum.
These clockwork type things, I just kind of figured, you know.
Judging by the main structure, I'd say that it was intended to be mobile. It has bits that look like beginnings of legs. Wheels as well. It is quite concerning that something the size of SCP-808 has been built outside our knowledge. However, I find it even more disturbing that a cult of the Broken God grew this large, without alerting the Foundation. In light of this recent growth, I recommend increasing the surveillance on known church activities.
You gotta be careful with them cults, man. They get big enough, they get out of control.
I have nothing else to say, apart from Dr. Bridge is right.
Yeah.
Man, those cultists, they scare me.
Yes, me too.
Anyway, I think that about does it for today. Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are, and you were all dismissed.
Goodbye. I gotta tell you, man, these cults, if they're able to construct stuff like this, you would think that they do have the capabilities to do something that would cause some very, very bad damage, like the revival of the Broken God, for instance, you know. And it's crazy, man. If Mechan comes back, everybody's gonna turn into a machine, right? Can't have that. You gotta stop him in their track. Nip it in the bud, Foundation. Do your job, man. Guys, this was the Vulcan. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to him. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos too. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.